Hello everyone. I'm gonna do a critical review of the book How to Teach Adults by Spalding. Basically, this book by Spalding tells us how to train and educate adults. It provides different strategies and opinion of the author. In general, it is a great book for people who want to be a teacher or prepare to be a teacher. So basically, right now I'm gonna break down the book in different sections and talk about what's my opinion regarding to what the author says. So first one, he said, in order to maximize student learning, teacher must make student uncomfortable. Your job is to create a software supportive environment that invites or forces students to attempt new challenges and learn from them. Reward risk taking, even if students are not immediately successful, because those risks help students get out of their comfort zone and break through old boundaries. I agree with the author partly. I think teachers have to make students uncomfortably learning in the lecture. If the material is too difficult, students might lose their study interest and give up the study. So the material has to be properly difficult to the student. On the other hand, I agree with the reward risk taking because those risks might help students learn the material in a new way. And the second one, he said just being good at something doesn't qualify you to teach it. A Super Bowl winning quarterback may actually have more trouble coaching a high school football team than someone who never made it to the NFL. How can you understand your player's primitive mistake when you have spent your whole life playing at the highest level of the game? I agree with the author. I think another reason being an expert doesn't make you a good teacher is because the expert or top player are good at what they do, but they do not actually know how to teach somebody to learn the knowledge at base level. They often have been practicing whatever topic for way too long. They already forgot the basic knowledges. For example, Michael Jordan was super good at playing at the Chicago Bulls, but he's not as good as the others to manage a basketball team like Charlotte Bobcats. Third one, this author said, I don't think you can be friends with your student. Friendship is a relationship between peers, and as long as you have power over a student, you are no other peers. When you befriend a student, you also risk caring more about the relationship than pushing into their discomfort zone. You can love and respect your student and everything they bring to class, but you still shouldn't friend them on Facebook. I disagree with the author on this point. I think teachers should be friends with students to really open up the window for teaching, because once you become friends with your student, you can be more familiar with what your students feedback about your teaching. You can always improve your teaching according to their feedback. Remember when I was in high school back in China, my best class in my math is my math class because my math teacher is a real close friend to me. I don't want to disappoint her during my math exam, so I always study hard for my math class. That's why you should be a friend with your student once you become a teacher. The first one is he said, made a point, nothing improves your ability to teach a class more than teaching it again right away. Your reflection can immediately be put into improving your lessons plan and teaching practice. Repeating a class builds your confidence, polish your delivery, and deepens your understanding of the subject, including how students engage it. I strongly agree with the author personally. I think teach at the same time. Same thing every day is very important. Repetition is a great teacher because when you repeat something every day, it automatically strengthens your memory. You get a chance to practice material lots of time. Then you become a master of these materials. You can teach it without thinking, use your brain. So when you teach others, teaching becomes very easy for you to do because you are so familiar with the materials. So you can even talk stories or make fun during your lecture. That makes students more willing to learn the material. They think the material is fun to learn. That's why teachers should always teach the same thing over and over again to make it become a habit of life. The next one, author said, the first day is when most students decide whether or keep or drop a class. Previously, it's also the days of Murphy's Law come out of in full forces. Being prepared for the first day will go a long way toward making your class successful. I recommend dressing and acting more formally on the first day of class. This helps establish you as the teacher, especially if you don't match students' preconceived notions. You are young, small, the wrong gender for the subject, and so forth. As the term progress, it's easy to go from more formal to less formal. It's difficult to go the other way around. I partially agree with the author. I think it is right that the first day of class is the most important, and most students decide whether or not to keep the class after first day of class. But I don't agree with the author in the later part. I think the teacher should just be himself or herself at the first day of class. They do not need to over-prepare to attract students' attention, and all they need to do is dress up with a clean and fresh look in their daily uniform and just be normal. That's enough. And next one, they also make a point like class time is for answering questions, deepen prior learning, introducing new material, and assessing. If students spend class time only getting new information, their progress will be glacial. It's like a piano class. The learning mostly happen between lessons, not during them. To promote home learning, assign homework that pushes students to gather information and practice new skills between classes. I've given unemployed students homework where they had to write their first resume. We review them together in class to find errors, and students the student took them home to correct the mistakes they found. If they try to correct every error on everyone's resume in class, we never get it done. And students shouldn't ever be the master skill of correcting their own writing. I totally agree with the author on this point. Homework is crucial for students to learn new materials. They can use homework to practice over and over again what they learned during class. If they don't do homework and only go to class, they will never really remember or master what they learned, because it's all short-term memories during class. The learning happens between classes when students practice what they learn. Another thing really important is as a teacher, you should never correct all of the errors you find in the homework, and you should let your students learn how to correct the errors by themselves. The next point is the author says you will inevitably have students that you don't care for who get a better final grade than you think they deserve, and there will always be a student you love who doesn't pass the course. That's a sign of success. It means your grade doesn't measure how much you like your students. I agree with the author on this point. I think it is very important to separate your emotion with your relationship to a student. You can't give a nice-looking student or the student you like an A grade just because you like them. You also can't give them a bad looking student or the student you don't like an F grade just because you hate them. As a teacher, you should always be responsible for your grades. Students love teachers who can give them a fair grade. The last one is I think the author made an interesting opinion is adult students often late to class. It may be time to delay class just a bit until more students arrive. Big mistake. When you start late, you punish students who came on time, and soon everyone will come late. I agree with the author on this opinion of the teacher should always start class on time. A good teacher should not focus on the students who come in late. A good teacher should always be start class on time and be responsible to students who came in on time. If a teacher always start class on time, then we'll force the students who come in late on be on time next time or in the future. Because if they don't come to class on time, they will miss the important part of the lecture. Another good idea is to start a class with a quiz or clicker questions. That will also help the student who came in late be on time next time, since nobody wants to miss an important quiz or clicker question to get a bad grade in the lecture. Thank you, everybody. That's my quick review of the book How to Teach Adults by Spalding. Thank you.